everybody to the Polar Trading YouTube channel. My name is George and I'm a founder here at Polar Trading. So in this video I'm going to be going over my psychological journey as a Forex trader. So I've been trading for around 4 years now. I started in 2019 with my business partner Louis. At first I fell into a lot of the traps that you guys might have with, the Instagram people, Instagram Forex traders who flash their lifestyle, where they're driving around in Lamborghinis in Dubai and they've got all this money and it looks really, really easy. So I started off in a small trading community where, they'd get you to deposit a sum into an account. I started off with £300. I was 17 years old when I started trading, 16, 17 years old. And I started to do well with them for a little bit, and then I lost money. And then over the course of 3 or 4 months, I just kept losing small amounts of money with them. So I never actually blew an account until a later stage. So after around 6 months of losing money, I decided, it's time for me to actually go and try and learn how trading is done properly. So I started off, like a lot of other people, on, baby pips, YouTube, learning all the basics. What is Forex, what is currencies, what is a pip, for example. And I was doing okay. I did a demo account for a few months. I still didn't know what I was doing, kept switching up strategies. After my first year, I discovered supply and demand. Now, I thought supply and demand was a holy grail. However, it was not suited to my personality. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but for me, it resulted in a massive loss of mental capital. So the supply and demand strategy was more or less looking for extremely high risk reward setups, so like 1 to 10s, 1 to 15s. And after, my 6th losing trade, I'd be scared to take the 7th trade, which would have made back all of the money that I just lost in the losing streak that I went through. So after about, I think it was about 12 months of learning supply and demand and trading it and practicing it, I'd get break-even months, then losing months, and it was really draining psychologically because of the amount of losses I had to take. My strike rate was like 20 to 40%. And then a couple of years ago, I was introduced to ICT, the Inner Circle Trader. You can find him on YouTube. After studying his concepts for around 6 months and discovering how trading really works, I discovered the one-shot, one-kill model, which is basically an intraday trading model where we look for 50 to 75 pips and we trade once a week. Now, my trading style is roughly 1 to 3 trades per week, and I've found that my profitability is roughly between 60 and 80%. So due to me being more of a conservative person, I like to lower my risk reward, 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s, and place a trade once a week. It's a lot less draining on my mental capital. So one of the biggest lessons from psychology that I learned as a trader is to make trading work for you. Do not be a slave to the charts. Like, for example, I am at university, so I have all week off. So I can trade, I can day trade every single day, three days a week if I wanted to. I don't scalp because I don't want to sit at the charts all day long. I have things to do, I have responsibilities. I also am not suited to swing trading because I'm, not impatient, but I wouldn't have the patience for, holding positions for 2 weeks at a time. There is many ways to actually skin the cat in trading. What do I mean by this is, you could be getting into a position on the euro looking for, 100 pips, and I could be in a position looking for 10 pips, and we'd both be profitable. So there's many different ways to make money from the markets, and you have to suit it to your personality as long as the actual trade idea makes sense logically. Another psychological issue that I had, and I still battle with this today, is being too conservative. So I like to take partials very, very quick. So after 1.5 R in profit, I will book too much of my trade. It is definitely a psychological issue. I still deal with this now, and I'm refining my system to actually, hold trades for longer. I've got the statistics behind me and the profitability behind me to be able to hold them positions longer because my targets get hit more often than my stop losses. The final psychological issue I went through in trading is switching up your strategy. Now, what does this mean? It means when you get a strategy, your entry, your stop loss, your target, you know exactly what you're looking for in the market, and you test that strategy out. It goes well for a little while, and then it starts to fail, and then what you do is you switch to a different strategy. Now, what does this do for your confidence? Well, it will not give you any confidence for a start because you don't have data from a proven system that you've tested over time. After 4 years of trading, I now know when my system works best and what to do in each month. I know it performs better. So let's say, for example, if my system performs better in April, I can adjust my risk as opposed to it performing badly in August. So it's all about refining your system as opposed to changing your system. And this took me a very, very long time to learn. So whether it be ICT you're learning from or someone else learning a completely different strategy, it could be retail concepts. We're not here to bash anyone else's concepts. As long as you are sticking to that specific model and adjusting it over time using data, where are you going right, where are you going wrong, you'll be able to perform in that system no matter what. Going back to what I said earlier, there's many ways to skin the cat. So guys, what can you do to improve your psychology? Well, number one, I'd suggest looking at yourself. What is your personality like? Do you struggle holding trades because you're scared? Or are you greedy, fear and greed? Do you want to hold on to positions for as long as you can to make as much money as possible? I would suggest getting a notepad and writing all of this down so that you can learn about yourself and adjust your system to your personality. So for example, if you like holding trades longer, I would suggest booking a bigger partial but letting it run higher. Whereas if you are more conservative, I'd look for a lower risk reward but letting the volume run a little bit. The second trading psychology tip I would give you is to not listen to anyone else other than your mentor. Now, a problem I faced was when I'd be looking for a setup, let's say it was Euro USD, which is one of the pairs I love to trade, someone else would be going short as I'm going long. And it would, for my psychology, it would, make me doubt the trade idea because someone else is doing the opposite. Now, you need to listen to your own analysis, what your own system says. Even if you think someone's one of the best traders in the world and they have a bias opposite to you, you still need to follow your system. It's called discipline. The final piece of advice I would give some of you guys, which I know you're not going to like, is applying discipline to other areas in your life. You are not going to be able to follow your trading rules if you are a reckless person, for example. If you like going out every single night, drinking and partying, you're not going to be able to wake up in the morning with a fresh mind and have, your psychology in check for when you're actually trading. Everyone likes partying, having fun, doing things that give them dopamine. However, during the times that you are trading, which you will decide from your trading plan, you need to make sure that you have a sharp mind, you're eating well, you're getting enough sleep, and you're not drinking too heavy or anything like that. So that was it for this short video, guys, on psychology. I hope you enjoyed. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of thing, and we will see you in the next one.